Hi, I'm Radona from boysandgirlshairstyles.com. Today what I wanted to show you for the holiday is, well, I love to do nails also. I'm going to show you a way to do a Santa's hat with acrylic. I have just prepared the nail. I put the primer on. I'm just going to have Deanne zoom down on that. This is my monomer. Okay, I'm going to get it pretty, not sopping wet, but pretty wet, okay? I'm going to put this in the red. This is red sparkle. And what you're going to want to do is just set that, not in the middle, but down just a little bit. And then just drop that, and then I'm going to bring this edge up. And just kind of widen that at the bottom. Okay, you can take this side with your brush and just make those nice and smooth. Okay, so what I did, I just taken that top to the side just a tiny bit, just to give it a little look of a hat. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and make sure you wipe your brush a lot to get all the glitter off. Okay, I'm going to come over, I'm going to dip that again, and I'm going to get it to where it's pretty wet on the tip of the brush. Okay, now I'm going to bring it over to my white, and I'm going to barely get just a little bit on the tip of my brush, and then I'm going to want to just set that down. Okay, and then that can be the little white pom-pom on the top. And if you want to come and clear this up just a tiny bit. Just going to bring that up. And just pat very softly. Okay, I'm just going to get my brush wet. There's a little bit of glitter there. Take that off. Okay, now you can see the little hat under there. They're red. So what I'm going to do is just dip my brush one more time. Just very little. And just set a tiny bit more on that. Okay, now just kind of blow on that. Make sure that this is dry. And for the bottom, I'm going to get my brush wet, wipe it. Don't make this part as wet as the other. Okay, I just set the white just flat against my brush, and then I'm going to just wipe that down. I'm going to come over, just bring this up. And I'm patting. You can see that I'm just patting this down. A little bit at a time. I'm going to bring it this way. Okay, now I'm going to get my brush wet and then wipe again. I'm going to bring that corner down, and I'm just going to swipe from my left over here to my right, just to make that smooth looking. Okay, and then just pat that down. I always like to hold my fingernail this way so I can see how that's looking. Just going to blow that a little bit so it dries faster. Okay, right there you can see that there's a little bit of the red showing, so I'm just going to bring a little bit more of the white. Not much. Okay, now just going to make sure that corner. It's really important to keep dipping your brush in the monomer. It's hard if your brush gets stiff and sticky. So if you can just keep that wet, that is a helpful tip. Okay, now I'm just taking this straight across again, one more time. Okay, now, sorry, just want to blow on that, make sure, if you want, you can use your fan. Helen knows me, she doesn't mind if I blow on her finger. Some people might, so you can just use your fan on that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is come over here to my pink. This is blush pink, and this is just for this normal color for the rest of the nail bed. Again, don't get it sopping wet, your brush. And just put it on like I did the white. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this back to the cuticle. You're not going to want to touch the cuticle. And just start patting that down. And then just swipe. So you can just, and don't swipe hard, just lightly. Very lightly and gently. Okay, just a tiny bit more on the side. Okay, now what I like to do is come up here by this cuticle with the edge of my brush. Come around that cuticle line. Your nails are going to lift if you have any of this on your cuticle. So that's why I like to go back around. Just make sure that's all off of there. And again on this side. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just start my little fan and just going to let this dry because I want to hurry and file it so you guys can see the finished Santa hat. Then what I've done, I've already filed these and buffed them, and then I've put a shiny top coat over this, which I will show you when I do the Santa hat. And just so you know, I'm using Creative Nail, their powders. Okay, now another trick I wanted to show you guys is if you can click that and it makes a loud noise, and it's not, so it means it's not dry. See, like this, you can hear that, that's loud, so that means it's dry. If it doesn't do that, it's not dry, so we need to wait just a minute. Another thing, this is the retention monomer that I use. This is from Creative Nail also. This is the liquid I like to use. They have, you know, a couple different kinds. That's just the kind that I like. Okay, I'm going to try that again. No, we're still a little bit wet, sorry. In the next video, we're going to do a cute snowman, so you have to check that one out. The snowman is going to be on top of the nail instead of inside of the nail, so it'll be fun to show you. Okay, I'm just going to check this and see we're good. I always like to come to this, no, it's still not. Check that side. Still not, I'm so sorry you guys. I guess I'm going to start the fan again. I'm so sorry. Just so you guys know, another thing that I love that I put on before I start putting the acrylic on is No Lift primer. Love that. That's the best that I've found for no lifting. So that's a really good primer if you're looking for a good primer. And then after I file, I'm going to be using solar oil for around the cuticle area, and I'll just wipe it around the nail and the cuticle and then wipe it off. And then I'm going to use this top coat. It's called Northern Lights. It's from Out the Door, and you just shake this up really good, and it has the sparkle in it, like these other three that Helen has on her nails. We're going to put that over the hat also. Okay, there we go. All right, so I always like to file out here first, and then I come to the side, and then I just come to the back, just go back and forth, come out here on the end. Again, I like to check it this way so you don't get it too thick. Okay, you can come to the side. You can shape it the way you'd like. She likes hers more square. Okay, so see why I file? I hold this up so I can see. And then I always like to come underneath, just so she doesn't have sharp edges here on the sides. Okay, then I'm going to take a buffer and I'm going to go over this now. What this does is gets all the scrapes and scratches out from that file. Okay, here is the oil that I was telling you about. Just take a little bit around the cuticle. Just hold that in. Then you just wipe it off. Okay, make sure you shake the Northern Lights. Okay, this is the top coat. And we're just going to come over this. And then I like to take one more swipe at it so that it's double coated. And there you have a little Santa hat nail. Just kind of fun for Christmas. So if you have any questions, just let us know. Thanks.